Please give her a warm welcome.
Thank you, Letty. So, fight or flight? Now, you don't need me to tell you that overwhelm can kick off that stress reaction. But did you know that your natural stress reaction, that fight or flight reaction, is only intended to be activated for 3 minutes in any 3 days? Does that surprise any of you? Yeah. So I'm sure you know people for whom it's actually activated maybe even a third of their day, or even 2/3 of their day, and perhaps some of you know that person a little too personally. That was me. You might also be surprised to hear that, or maybe not so surprised, that if that stress reaction is activated for 8 to 10 hours a day over a period of 6 months, then you're going to end up most likely with some kind of illness or disease. And that's my story. That's why I do what I do. Because I want to see this world as a place where stress and overwhelm is no longer there. I want to help people deal with their psychological overwhelm so that they don't end up in a situation where I did. I'm a stress head extraordinaire, from school, sick at exams, university, panicking by every assignment, into being a lawyer. And I'm sure you can see what's happening here. Lawyer, work, running up, phone never off the hook, just crazy. Work overload, crazy. And I ended up with cancer, not just once, but twice. And having gone through a massive personal development history, which is way too long to talk about, in the last 4 years I found something that works. So it's too good not to share, so I'm here to share it today. So, how many people here are employed, by show of hands? Okay, it's about half the room. And the rest of you are all business owners, yeah? Well, either way, overwhelm can be there. So I want to leave you with 3 things today, and 3 little tips that might help you remember how to deal with overwhelm. So the first one is this. Can we all do this, please? Your feelings are connected to your thoughts. So actually they're not something you may want to get, you probably feel like you want to get away from your feelings because they don't feel too good a lot of the time when you're overwhelmed. But actually they're a warning signal. What they're telling you is that you need to take a little bit more care about what's going on in your head at any given time. So that's the first one. Your thoughts are connected to your feelings are connected to your thoughts in a moment. And the second one is this. Can we all do this? That's it. You can point it wherever you like. Perhaps not at your next door neighbour. But when you're pointing, can you see how many fingers are pointing right back at you? This is the ultimate stress trap. If you're pointing at something outside of you as being the reason for your stress, you're pointing in the wrong direction. Because stress is coming from your thinking in the moment. So the first one is the warning for the feelings, and the second one is just watch out. Who's really got those feelings? And the third one, everyone can do this one. It's heart. Because you know what? You already have every single thing you need. Because this is an understanding. It's not about tools and techniques. You can remember the hand signals if you want to, if that helps you. But this is about you have everything you already need. It's a psychological immune system. And even better still, it's self-correcting. When you get the understanding that your feelings are only ever caused by thought in the moment, then you can learn not to need to challenge them. You don't need to fix them. You don't need to do something about them. You can just notice them. And that's so powerful. So I help people to do that, just that. I've helped people stand up and speak up in meetings and then go on to apply for new jobs and get promotions that they've been passed over for. And I've been working with somebody whose overwhelm led him into addiction. And I'm really, really proud to say, after 49 days, after 49 days, he was able to attend a family wedding and be there in a party and not have a drink. And he's 65 days clear now, and I am super, super proud of him. So I have a mailing list if you'd like to hear a bit more, and I will send out, I've got 3 videos coming, they're in editing at the moment. You can have those for free if you want to sign up to my mailing list. And if you want to talk to me about anything that I do a bit more, I run some workshops as well, please come and talk to me.
Fantastic, Fiona. Thank you so much for that. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to have our judges give some feedback on that, and I will just ask the judges to give a quick 1 minute as to why we should trust them as judges.
Am I starting? Am I? Okay. So I have the pleasure of seeing these amazing members grow in their journey, and I get to work with them almost monthly. And the reason you should trust me is because I said so. I'm kidding. Is because what we represent as judges, so we're here not to judge, we're here to feedback, and now we're called judges. And what we represent and what we say is what the market out there wouldn't say. Or what wouldn't actually give you the time to do that. So actually we're here as growth champions to really support the speakers. That's why you should listen to me. Yes. Would you?
Do you want to give feedback?
I want to give feedback as well. It's already
Yeah.
Okay, good. So having seen Fiona for a long time now, and your journey as a speaker, what I really liked about this is there was you weren't forcing the speaking. I think it's the first time I've seen you just speak. Your anchors were really clever. Wasn't that right? And I thought that was a really nice touch, which is nice because normally you have that kind of slightly forced aspect, and you've lost that, which means you're stepping into your power. It's really nice to see. What I would like to have seen is a stronger ending and a stronger call to action and a more confident call to action. I think you got flustered with the time ending, so that would be my stretch for you.
Thank you.
Cool. So Elliot and I, we have been working together, as you know, since 2011. And what I love so much about it is that we very often disagree with each other. Yay! So here's what I'd say. I loved it as well. I read every time people use certain things to anchor their content. I'm a big fan of. It's really, really beautiful. And I only say, like, for anyone out there, if you have a gig coming up, I personally am not a fan of if you only have 5 minutes to pitch something. You know, it works if you just say, you know, I have a mailing list, that's cool, but I feel with 5 minutes you leave them with something inspiring or impactful, and it often can be a nicer ending. But I want to take away from that as well, for so many years when I used to do presentations, I would finish with an inspiring quote and never make any money. So, you know, evaluate for yourself. And only one more stretch. Look, I love you as a speaker, and I've seen you for so many years, and it's just amazing. Like, whoever, you know, I get to watch over the years to develop. I'd only say, for anyone here in the room as well, weave in things that let us understand the bigger impact of the problem you're solving. So you could, for example, weave in what stress or mental health problems causes employers in millions, if not billions, what it can cost you as a business owner. So one of my favorite mentors, he used to say to me, if you're selling a £3,000 product, you need to create a £30,000 problem. And bring a bit more of this in, and I'm happy.
That bit slipped.